October 29th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, NVDY, MSTY, AMZY. So today's Tuesday, back to earnings. Who has earnings this morning? Let's see, McDonald's, PayPal, SoFi, Pfizer, Crocs, yeah, who cares? All right, so after close, as far as YieldMax funds are concerned, AMD and Alphabet. So, stay tuned for that. We'll see how it goes. But I don't know if you guys own GUI or AMD, but, you're up next pretty much. Also, PP this morning. All right. Oh, yeah, this is a thumbnail. What I'm starting to do for the membership group is more active videos of my daily trades. So yeah, stay tuned for that, members. If you're interested in helping to support the channel or want to be a member, obviously you can check out the under the video. It shows join, and then it'll give you the options. Also, while I'm on housekeeping items, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. It is greatly appreciated. And it does go a long way. It helps the YouTube algorithms and all that jazz, right? It puts this video up for others to show. It shows up on people's feeds, supposedly. The more likes it gets, I don't know how it works. I should know by now. All right, so anyway, who had trades yesterday? MSTY. MSTY had a trade, right? That's it. MSTY. We're done. No, for real, what'd they do? So there's 4 transactions. So let's go through it. So real quick, obviously, to pull these trades, if you're wondering, if you're new to the channel, new to YieldMax, all you do is you go to the website, you go under any covered call ETF, and then you click intraday trades, right? And then under that, scroll down, there's a button called intraday trades. After the market closes each day after 4 p.m., if you click the intraday trade button, something should pop up, which would show all of the intraday trades. Typically, they post around 5 p.m. or later, and I believe they hold them until midnight. But yeah, what I do is I take a snip, obviously, or screen print of the trades that I cover. So this is MSTY, obviously the trade from yesterday. And what did they do? They have, you see, look at the letters first, S, BC, BC. So when you see BC, it's about to close. So they closed something. What did they close? You see BC on the second line. They closed a put. So obviously that means they closed part of their synthetic position. And on the top of that, they sold the call. So those two at the top, that's closing out 2,500 contracts of their synthetic. They have a synthetic 195, and they had to close out 2,500 contracts. Usually that's due to people selling out of the fund. Again, that's, obviously it's not a concern because people keep buying into the fund. So there's going to be days where people sell out of the fund. Why would they sell out? Well, to take profit. I mean, again, this is a covered call ETF. You're not supposed to make capital gains. But when MSTY is going up each and every day, people want to take some capital gains. So I would guess that's why they're selling out. So since they had to sell out of the synthetic, obviously they have to sell out of the covered call portion, and that's the bottom two. So you see the BC down below on the third line, they did a buy to close the call. That was a 260 strike, and you see the expiration date of this Friday, 11/1. And then, of course, attached to that is our wonderful, can't even talk, oh my God, call credit spreads. That was a 295. So since they sold that, they actually got a credit of 175. But the real key to this, it was a forced closure. However, look at the sold call at the top. Look at the credit. That's a credit of 62.40 per share. So although they were forced to close, they're forced to close on a synthetic that is super profitable right now. So it's no big deal for them. All right, let's take a look at the file. All right, first we will pull up MSTY for the day. Again, they have a synthetic 195. This is their only synthetic position. So they closed 2,500 contracts. That's why, again, I made it negative when they add it. It's a positive number under the contracts column. 62.40, again, that was a credit. So they made 15.6 million on selling that call. Massive, insane. And then for the put, yes, they have to pay to close that. But since they're in such a profitable position, that's That's, chump change, 1.2 million. So in the end, what they make, like 14.3 million for a forced closure. So you gotta love it. There it is, 14.362. So that goes under payment 1 bucket, synthetic income. That leaves them with 31,130 contracts. Again, that expire on November 15th, 18 days away. But they do have earnings on October 30th, tomorrow. And we'll see how that goes. All right, so we'll go right to the weeklies. How did MSTY do yesterday? Well, it was another green day. It's unbelievable, man. Green every freaking day. They went up 8.96%. MSTY captured a lot of that, 6.63%. They have almost recovered basically the distribution, which is insanity, this quick. MSTY price almost at $30, at $29.45, so unbelievable. All right, so let's take a look what happened yesterday. Get everything on one page here. Not easy, right? All right, so right here, this is the closure. I had to split up the 260 here. Again, because they got scatteredy strikes, scatteredy do, as someone mentioned, the new term. So here's the 2,500, right? We did say 2,500. Again, I always got to second guess myself. There you go. All right, so they closed 2,500 contracts. They had to pay $850 though. They had to pay $850 to close the 260. Unfortunately, that means that's a loss. Although if you look, MSTR price 255, 255 is below the 260 sold call. Normally, like if this was Friday, this would be a win. However, if you're wondering why it's so expensive, it's because it's so early in the week. There is such a thing as time value. Options have time value. And no, I won't say the Greek word. It's time value. So 850, most of that is the time value. 4 additional trading days you're closing in there. So you got to keep that in mind. So yeah, 255. Again, I don't know what price MSTR was when they closed this, but let's just assume it's 255. Again, you have 255, which is pretty damn close to the 260 plus the 4 trading days, with time value in there. So if you wanted to check what time, you could probably do that yourself, but I'm not doing that at this very moment. So anyway, so they lost on that trade. And then if you go down below that, the call credit spread, they sold that thing back. The 295 was worth 175 per share. Unfortunately, they paid 220. So they had to lose out on that one too. So in the end, if you go here, it was a loss on both sides. However, their synthetic more than covered, obviously, this, minimal loss here. But, well, not minimal, but net, it's not terrible. Yesterday they had to pay, 2.1 on the call, and they got 437,000 credit on the other. So, but it is what it is. The synthetic was more than enough money to offset that damage. Now, what are they left with for the week? Again, they got scattered do 250, 255, 260, 990 contracts, 250 strike price. That's in the money. That's 2.09% in the money. But that's such a small position, it doesn't even matter. 15,895 contracts. This has a 255. That's 0.13% in the money. And then they have 14,245 contracts. Again, because they had to sell 2,500 of those. But that's 1.83% out of the money. So obviously, yeah, they're tight. Everything's tight. The call credit spreads are 13% away from helping, and all of their, most of their positions are already in the money. One's essentially like 1 to 2% away, so we'll see how that plays out. All right, so outstanding shares, how are they doing? Well, if you look, where is 1028? Down on the bottom, row 23, no change. No change for you. All right, so here's the recap. 30-day IV, 107%. Unfreaking believable. That IV is unbelievable. Again, they got earnings this week too, so keep that in mind. Outstanding shares, 28,025,000. Income is a loss of 37.3 mil for the weeklies. Again, we want to make money on the weeklies, But it's really hard to make money on the weeklies when you have a covered call strategy on an underlying that goes nowhere but up. All right, reaction. Sorry, guys, but I'm telling MSTR to slow down. We want small gains each week. If you want to win all of the trades, small gains works out better. I know it's nearly impossible with a crypto-based, fund here, basically. So we'll see how things go. Again, they're part of Group D. They declare again in 22 days. All right, what do we got here? We got synthetic income, 14.3 mil, thanks to yesterday. The weeklies, unfortunately, that's a loss of 37 mil, so that's a net loss of 22 mil so far for the month. So, nothing further from there, so we can't use the Rotomator. But if you look at the IV alone, that's a 263 payment. But again, too early to talk about payments. They just paid their $4. All right, so how do their holdings look, right? Again, what is in the holdings? Well, they have options, Someone asked me yesterday, what makes up the NAV? What makes up the NAV is the market value, right? Add up the market value. That totals the assets under management, right? The total net assets. And then you divide that by the outstanding shares. That's what makes up the NAV. But the market value is determined by what everything is worth, right? So obviously they have cash on the bottom, 651 mil. That's worth what it is, right? Dollar per dollar. And then everything else, is an options contract for the most part outside of the treasuries. But yeah, they're worth what they're worth, and they change throughout the day, which is why the NAV, why the trade price changes, okay? So obviously after hours can change too, but after that, it's kind of just a standstill until the next day. So anyway, obviously there's no gold digger here. Gold digger's in pink. She's very affordable. In orange, 204 million that call is worth. You got to love it. But you got to watch out for the weeklies, man. They may cost a pretty penny to close, but we'll see how this week. All right, hopefully that didn't screw up my video. That's my 4 a.m. alarm. And yes, I got up way before 4 today. I thought I'd get ahead of the game here and make some content early because every day is nuts. So if I get, hour and a half, up earlier than usual, then boom, I guess I'm, it's amazing if you just get up an hour earlier than your norm. You just have so much more time, But don't do it every day, but even like once in a while, it's worth it, man. All right, so anyway, total net assets, 824 mil for MSTY. Hopefully this audio still works. Again, I always worry about that. So the NAV, again, how do you calculate the NAV? If you go here, well, is this, yeah. So this is doing it. So it takes H17, which is the total net assets, and divides it by K3. What's K3? K3 is the shares outstanding, okay? 2942 is the NAV. The trade price, right, that's the market price, that how much you can get it for, is 29.45. 3-cent gap, that's all right, not a big deal. And again, you see the synthetic bailout money. It's just lingering, waiting to help. But we'll see how earnings goes, then we'll talk about it from there. All right, so that's MSTY. All right, who do we do next? I guess we could talk about, let's do NVDY next. We'll do TSLY last. All right, so here's NVDY. Again, this synthetic 119, this is old stuff. So they only have the synthetic 130 here. It's just chilling, right? 90,640 contracts. And they're 8% above that. However, this expires close to freaking Christmas, 12/20, 53 days away. So why do we even talk about this, right? Let's move on. All right, so NVIDIA, let's see, how'd you do yesterday? You went down 0.72%. NVIDIA went down 0.3%. Perfect. We like days like that. Just chillax, go down a little bit, and we move on. All right, let's get this Zoom game accurate, right? It's not easy. When you record on a phone, your Zoom game got to be, it's got to be good, but we'll see. 90,640 contracts, all eggs in one basket, 147 strike price. That sits at 4.61% out of the money with 4 trading days left for the week. Is that going to be okay? Who the hell knows? They do have a call credit spread here. That's a 155 though. They bought a call for 155. That's 10.3% away from doing anything, right? So again, what's the gap between the two? It's 6%, so 6% dead zone. So what do we want to happen to NVDY? We, of course, still want NVDY to win, the covered call. So we want it to end below 147. We can capture 4% upside, right? Let it expire on the Friday, worthless. Or no, we'd actually pay a penny, but you get what I mean. But perfect scenario, we close at 146.99 on the Friday. They pay a penny, boom, we're done. All right, so outstanding shares. There were some purchases yesterday. Some of you guys bought some. So congrats on your NVDY purchase. It went up 450,000. All right, 30-day IV, 59.53%. That's not bad. Outstanding shares, 48.3 mil. Total net income, 5.4 mil. Total distribution, 11 cents. Daily income, a penny. Daily yield, 0.02%. Annualized, 8.73%. Again, they don't got much going on. And as days go on, the daily income goes down. Hence, the daily yield and annualized yield goes down as well. NVIDIA did its job yesterday. It barely moved. It went down a little bit. So I'm going to say good work. Group B declares on next week, November 6th, 8 days away. Payment information. What do we got? We still have this big chunk of synthetic income, 92.6 mil. We have weeklies, $5.4 million worth. So total net income is 98 million. If you use that, that's 203 per share. If you use just the weeklies to pay you, you're looking at 11 cents. Throw that 11 cents in the Rotomator. That would get up to, again, because you only have a week left, that would show you'll get about 16 cents, which is an 8% yield. But let's be real, that's not happening. So we have to, if we're going to use an estimate, we have to use the IV. Because again, that's really what they strive for, to yield what the IV is. The IV is 60%. So with a 60% yield, you're looking at $1.30. So how's $1.30 is pretty good, right? You guys happy with that? All right, holding information. What's going on in the NVDY holdings? Again, no gold digger here, although, kind of a little more expensive than MSTY's, but you see the orange. If the orange is greater than pink, you can say, great, we're awesome, let's move on. And then you look at the weeklies in blue. How's that doing? All right, doing pretty good. Nothing, no concerns here, just chilling. Obviously, everything in between, we know treasuries, we're earning interest on our money. All right, total net assets. We got, we're still over $1 billion. When are we going to hit $2 billion? Is it ever enough, right? Anyway, 1.2 billion. I wonder, we should calculate how much YieldMax makes on all these funds. That would be a fun video. What do you guys think? So 1.26 bill, right? 1.26 bill. The NAV of that is 26.12 and the trade price is 26.15. Again, another 3-cent gap, but again, who cares? Synthetic bailout money, massive, 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 but they don't need it at the moment. But even taking out, the weeklies, 98 million, that's insane. So that's NVDY. NVDY is a really good fund. MSTY is a really good fund. And then there's TSLY. Here's TSLY. TSLY has a 245. Again, the most pointless synthetic I think I've ever seen, but it's still here. Can we just close this thing? 1,315 contracts, 7%. It's going to make a profit if we stay up above. Expires in 18 days. We'll see how it goes. Earnings is over, so the bad part's over. It's just unless something happens with Tesla, good or bad, then it could shift it. All right, the main synthetic, though, is 33,188 contracts. They're 2.95% above this one. So, again, expires in 18 days. We'll see how it plays out, though. How did Tesla do yesterday after that insane week, right, where it went up, what, 21%? Oh, my God. So Monday, well, not Monday. That was the Friday. Friday, they did go up again. But Monday, yesterday, they went down. Right? They went down. They were green. They were green, red, green, red, green, red, and they ended up red. It looks like, yeah, man, it went down that much. It went down 2.5%. TSLY went down 1.22%. So that should not be a surprise. That I kind of was eventually expecting. All right, so let's get our Zoom game on. All right, so. Oh my God. I don't have any Zoom game, clearly. All right, so here's where we stand. If you look under strike price, what is going on? Well, all eggs in one basket. What can I say? 260, 250. Zero. Do you believe it? 0% out of the money. At the money. They are at the freaking money. So if I go to Tesla price, what is it? Well, it's 262.51. Wow. Wowza, right? Wowza. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. So we kind of need Tesla to chill. Just stay where you're at and then go down a little on Friday, right? That would work out. But anyway, 260, 250, all eggs in one basket. That's all their contracts. Well, wait. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I'm losing my mind. That stupid gray killed me. But, up above is also 260, 250 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we'll see how that plays out. They do have the call credit spread on all of them, 280, 250. That's 7% away from helping. Outstanding shares for yesterday, no change. That decrease was from Friday. All right, 30-day IV, 53%. Outstanding shares, 68.2 mil. Total net income is a loss of 9.3 mil. So we can't go any further than that. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow is Declaration Day, right? One day, October 30th. Halloween Eve, you will get your declaration of your TSLY payment. What will it be? Oh, by the way, the image, flatline, right? We need flatline for the rest of the week for Tesla. Well, let's see. So far, they have made 15.1 million in synthetic income. That's good, kind of. Short call income is, again, a loss, 9.3 mil. So if you net them together, that's a 5.8 mil, all right? That's a total income per share during this 4-week period of 9 cents. Wow. Now we're talking some big bucks right there. The weeklies produce negative numbers, so we can't use the Rodmeter, but we have to focus on the IV. Again, when they don't really make a lot of income on the synthetic or the weeklies, we have to look at the IV. If you look at the IV, it's 54%, so the payment is looking around a 58-cent payment. Obviously, my estimate, I produced, I don't even remember what it was, but it was probably 70-cent range, maybe. I don't know, because they always like to pay a little more on TSLY. It's a flagship and all. But right now, based on the IV alone, we're looking at 58 cents. All right, so holdings for TSLY. What are they doing? Well, their synthetic is doing okay. It's not as fantastic as the others. So obviously the orange is greater than pink. So we'll see how that plays out. They do expire soon, so they will cash out on those soon. And then the weeklies, again, we'll see how that goes. But so far, so good. Maybe. We'll see. But we got 4 days. So anything can happen in 4 days. Nobody knows. All right, total net assets. I mean, TSLY's a big fund. 880 mil. The NAV is 12.89 and the trade price is 12.91. This one is 2 cents off for those of you keeping score. All right, so that is TSLY, CONY, and AMZY are next. So we'll go with AMZY first. So Amazon yesterday, it went down 0.3%. AMZY actually beat it. It went up 0.32%. Amazon has earnings on Halloween after hours. So if you have kids, you won't even know what the hell's going on with Amazon earnings, right? You're going to be out walking around trick-or-treating. Assuming people still even do that. A lot of people just do the trunk or treat, but I think most people are back to normal doing trick-or-treating. Let kids be kids, right? So what do we got? We got synthetic 185, chilling out. Yeah, we're beating it because Amazon is currently at 188. They are, 1.79% above that. And it expires, in a few weeks. So on 11/15. How's their sold call doing? They sold a call at 195. That's 3.51% out of the money. But again, that's over earnings. So we can't get too excited. We have to wait for earnings to see what happens. Total net assets for AMZY, 180 mil. The NAV is 18.79, trade price 18.83. Synthetic versus call spread, you net the two. They're still in a positive position, which is great. 30-day IV is 39%. That's for Amazon's IV. So if you base that, the next estimate based on that, it's 58 cents. But again, they're part of Group T, and they still have 22 days to pay again. All right, CONY. CONY. Oh, I skipped the price. Yeah, coin had a really good day yesterday. Coin went up 5.12%. Well, crypto had a really good day yesterday, I should say. CONY went up 4.06%, so that's not too bad at all. All right, so let's scroll to the holdings. If we zoom out, right? Because they got, it's a lot of activity. They always have a lot of activity. Coin is currently sitting at 216. Their synthetic is 190, so that's a great position. They're 12% above their synthetic. However, their synthetic goes out to December. All right, keep that in mind. And then they got the weeklies. How were they doing? Well, let's see. They got scattered-do. Yes, they do. Thank you for the scattered-do. All right, so they got 17,500 contracts, 215 strike. That's in the money, 0.51% in the money. 7,715 contracts, 1.8% out of the money. And then 10,000 contracts, 225 strike, 4.12% out of the money. When's their earnings? Yeah, okay, it's 11/7. Not this week. We have enough going on this week. They have call credit spreads too, but they're the lowest one is 9% away from helping. The furthest one is 15% away. So they got backup if needed. Not sure if they need it though this week. All right, so total net assets for CONY 736 mil. The NAV is 1428 and the trade price is 1427. Penny off for that one. Synthetic bailout money, looking good. If we look at the 30-day IV, that's 87%. So that's pretty damn good. That's for coin. IV estimate based on that is 96 cents. They're part of Group C, and they declare in 15 more days on November 13th. All right. So that's the update on all the funds. And now let's just go look at the pre-market. It may be early. Hopefully it's updated. We know it's 4 a.m., so at least that's when I start seeing pre-market moving. That's good. All right, so we are using marketwatch.com, and the time is 4:14 a.m., and we are in the garage, and it's not too bad. I'm not freezing my ass off today, so that's good. Tesla continued to look red. They are down 0.21% at 261.96. TSLY is down 0.08%. They are at 12.90. NVDY is down 0.29%. They're at 140.11. Did I say NVDY? I don't know. If I did, that was NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 0.27%. They're at 26.19. Coin is up. Holy crap. They're up 3.06% to 22.70. CONY is up 2.24%. They're at 14.59. MSTR, oh my God, they're up 4.65%. They're at 267.21. Here we go. MSTY's already back at 30. They're up 2.65%. They're at 30.23. TSLY is down 0.61%. They're at 13.05. Yesterday, since TSLY was red, I don't have the screen print, but I did close 2 of the sold calls that I had. I had a 15 and a 14.50, which my two highest strikes. I collected more than 50% of the options premium. I closed out those calls early, got my collateral back, and it was basically over, not even a full trading day, which is pretty good. So that's why I closed them out, just in case Tesla decided to flip green the following day, which so far it's not, but it is what it is. TNA, they were up yesterday too, and I did close that put out early, just FYI. I collected most of that premium, but they're up 0.25% in the pre-market. They're at 44.73. AMZY is up 1.1%. They're at 13.75. AMZY is down 0.21%. They're at 18.79. Bitcoin is up 2%. They're at the $70,000 range, so we'll see what happens here. Typically, every milestone, people take profits, but maybe it's just going to fly through. Who the hell knows? Oh, it's at 71 now, but it's up 2.03% as we stand at 71,000. BitX is up 4.55%. It's at 34.43. I had a put on BitX as well. I closed that sucker out yesterday, collected most of the profit there. Because again, you don't know what's going to happen the next day. So if you have an opportunity to close out early, take your profits and move on, that's what you do. At least that's what I do. SOXL, unfortunately, they're green as well. Way too much green. So we need some red. We need some red so we can sell some puts. But SOXL is up 0.08%. They're at 34.38. You could sell puts when a stock is green, but it's not really, in your favor as much. Like SOXL, for example, they're not up much, right? They're only up 0.08%. So if 35.38, if that's in the low range for them anyway, then selling a put on them would not be too bad. Especially if there's nothing else going on and you're bored like me. Because right now, again, TSLY, if they're down, I can't really sell calls on the 200 shares I freed. So, and I have, oh, there you go, flipped red. Again, this is as of 4:18 a.m. You guys are going to be watching this. It's going to be after 6:30. Things will be different, I'm sure. But whatever. Let's see if anything else went red. No, not Bitcoin. AMZY's been red, right? TNA. We need TNA to go red too. All right, guys. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. So please do your own research, all right? Don't go by what I say, what any of these YouTuber people say. They're just giving their opinions. So you guys have to take all these random opinions together and do what you want with it. But I'm just giving you data on YieldMax anyway. But let me know what you guys think. Are you happy with the current trades? And what's your favorite YieldMax, right? What's your favorite YieldMax fund? Most people are going to say MSTY, but I don't know, man. There's so many now. It's just really, it's crazy. But anyway, guys, if you enjoy this content, actually, I forgot to say my little spiel. I said it's not financial advice. But I'm going to say this is just for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, we'll try again tomorrow. All right. I already mentioned if you like this comment, hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, though, as it relates to my video, or if you want me to cover something that maybe I skimmed through too fast, let me know down below. But outside of that, that's all I pretty much got for today. Again, a pretty easy day. Yeah. So that's it. Pretty simple. All right. I feel like I'm missing something, but it's okay. I got up so early. It doesn't matter. I could actually redo this video. But yeah, if you made it this far in the video, let's talk about keywords. So keyword. So for those of you new to the channel, we have a keyword at the end of every video. Is it corny? Of course it is, but at the same time, it's awesome. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you have to say the keyword. So today is, I guess, today's the last baseball game of the fall, right? Thank God. Man, I'm freaking tired. And it's cold as hell, by the way. This is way too cold for baseball. But, and as many people say, it's football season anyway. So, but it is what it is. We have fall ball. That's what my son chose to play. Well, he's playing flag football too. But anyway, what I'm getting at is today is the last baseball game. So no more complaining from me that I got baseball and getting home late. So since it's the last baseball game, today's keyword, if you made it this far in the video, is Go Rays. Why Go Rays? Well, that's our team, right? And we're gonna end this season with a victory today. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, all you got to do is say Go Rays, R-A-Y-S. All right? Simple enough. All right, I just wanted to say, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Later.